Hello everyone, welcome back to Repeat. I think one thing you guys have to realize is if you're expecting an upload schedule and a regular thing, then you're not gonna get it, trust me. And then on other days, I just want to keep doing the video and doing the video and doing the video, and then my battery runs out and I can't do the video anymore because I have a fucking laptop that has to be charged. And it sucks. And I don't get why I haven't gotten a fucking PC yet. Probably because they cost $1 million in this economy. Anyway, let's get back into the second VN I ever played. It has been 4 fucking years since I first played this, and even now I can remember how much I was into it. And the reason I can remember that is because I had dreams about the characters. And that usually only happens when I am genuinely really into something, when I am deep in it. The same thing happened with Echo, although in a decidedly less smexy fashion than with Repeat. Whatever. Another day. Rubbed my eyes drowsily as I looked about the room. Like someone slid a note onto the door. Huh. I just noticed that the bed isn't like facing like that, it's facing like this, toward the window. And there's a desk here with a computer. I just realized that, huh? I have to wonder if this is like Shirokoi's college dorm, if he's still in college. Because I know that he said he started writing this in high school, like late high school, which definitely explains some of the writing when I first started playing it, and hell, even now, like I've seen some mistakes that he probably didn't even notice, as in Vix, because he didn't notice them. And yeah, that makes sense to me. Alex, it has been brought to my attention that you witnessed a teacher misconduct incident that occurred yesterday. Please meet me in my office this morning to discuss the details of said incident so that proper action be taken. Mr. Rokov. Vice Principal Rokov. That's Russian, and I feel the need to just say Mr. Rishkelnikov, because I really like Crime and Punishment. It's one of my top 20 favorite books. Rishkelnikov is just a great protagonist in general, let's just say that. I was not enjoying the sound of this. Well, let's see what fresh hell awaits me today. Dude, it's for the teachers. The teacher that fucking Dorcas Dolores over there. As I stumbled across the courtyard toward the teacher's office building, I couldn't help but yawn repeatedly. You're a weakling is what you're saying. Weakling. I'm really not much of a morning person. I am. I wake up every morning around 9:30, or at least I try to. Now, let's join us in the office. Eh? What the? Oh my god, it looks different. It looks different. I like it. It actually looks way creepier. Like, it looks genuinely way creepier than it did before. Before I thought it looked really fucking silly. Well, we'll see. The hell is that thing? It's not moving. Wave my hand in front of its face. Didn't move an inch. Was it even alive? Other students were walking around it as though As if though, really? Good grief. As if it wasn't even there. Maybe they couldn't see it, like how they couldn't see Echo or the Ashy girl. Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, I've just noticed. How did I not notice it before? Probably because I wasn't there to begin with. But like, there's like cut marks. Hmm. No response again. It doesn't have ears. I tried poking it, but my fingers slip right through like smoke. Huh. Echo, are you there? Yo, Alex, you called. Yeah, glad to see you're awake inside my head. Just barely your grogginess making things kind of difficult. What can I do for you? Well, first of all, what is this thing? Dangerous or anything? I don't want some weird ghost people wandering around campus and cursing people. One crazy spirit's enough for me. It's a corrupted wish, I think. Must have done something terrible to its wisher to have festered into something like this. Although it doesn't feel like it has any real power either. Creepy, but it probably doesn't have the strength to do much damage. It must have done something terrible to its wisher to end up like that. Oh. That's interesting. That's actually really interesting. The implication there is honestly really fucking is really cool, honestly. Like a person had a wish that they really, really fucking wanted, and they put so much themselves into it that because of that, they basically ended up in a horrible mental place. I am trying to psychoanalyze fictional characters now. Congratulations to me, I'm going insane. But the fact that this wish, or remnant of a wish as it is here, has been corrupted this much, that says a lot to me. A lot of interesting sort of psychological conundrums could be really raised from such a thing as this. There's a lot that I could go into, but I'm not going to because I know that some people will call me pretentious if I even start talking about my interests. So, I'll just shut up about them, I guess. Or whatever. Whatever, mate. I don't care. You really had to send me a message right now, didn't you? Really? Whatever. Sorry, guys. I keep doing this shit. But yeah, if we're talking about this from a Jungian Jungian side or a Freudian side or whatever you want to look at it, a wish that corrupted their wisher is a very interesting idea. Like I doubt it can even move on its own. So are we just gonna leave it here? Not much else to do really. You can't even touch it. I guess you're right. Really hope it doesn't end up hurting people. It's right inside campus too. Well, it can't hurt people if it can't even move. I don't think we have anything to worry about. Well, to begin with, in this world of Echo, because wishes are so powerful that they manifest into physical beings, but only their wisher can see them. Or, it's that's how it's supposed to be, but for some reason our main character is able to see other wishes that aren't his own. But is this really not his wish? Is this it has the name same as Echo. So that tells me things. That tells me a lot of things, actually, and I don't like them. Anyway, you better get going. You're late. Oh shit, still gotta meet up with that Mr. Rokov guy. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna. Okay, yeah. Sorry, Shiro, your writer authority has been revoked. Still gotta meet with that Mr. Rakaushnikov guy. I keep saying it wrong. Spinning down the courtyard, shooting the weird figure one last look. It hasn't fudged a bit. I hope Echo is right about this. Is Echo ever right about anything? Or is Echo just manipulating? I'm sorry, I'm mixing up the ends here. Well, there's no use worrying. Time to head to the office. Oh, hello. Where's its eyes? Come on, open your eyes. Alright, these are the eyes. Duh. I forgot. Oh my god, yeah, it's way creepier. It's way creepier than it was. I love it. Yeah, that's honestly way creepier looking than it used to be. There's something about the vaguely human-esque teeth that just, ugh. When last time it looked way more monster-esque, and I don't think that's a good idea. That's a good thing to go for when you're trying to create a monster. That is, you know what I'm trying to say. Like when, whatever. I've never been to this side of campus before. Even so, the area that had all the teachers' offices always felt a little intimidating. Now, let's see, which one was Mr. Rakaushnikov's office? Shouldn't be too hard to find. They were all in alphabetical order. Let's see, It's door slightly ajar. I think I could hear someone familiar. Couldn't help but take a peek inside. Okay, you know, now that I've given him that name, I kinda have to go with this accent. Then that's all the assignments. Are you still awake, Philip? Yeah, of course. Good, because you won't hear what's next. I've taken the liberty to remove you from my law class and transfer you to Mrs. Corliss' digital and studio art class. What? Why am I feeling or... Quite the contrary, I actually top your class and outscore all your peers. Why are you transferring me? Would you like the gentle answer or the honest one? Honest it is then. To be frank, you look absolutely miserable in every waking moment of my class, and those waking moments are quite rare. I'll be frank, Philip, I've never seen a student look so soul-suckingly numb. Makes me want to break down in tears every morning. You look like the perfect sad zombie student spreading the sad around. Okay, no teacher speaks like this. I'm... sorry? So second aside, I think all your chapter Mrs. Corliss' class. Your artwork is quite impressive. More importantly, you seem to actually enjoy it. I can't do that. My mother always supposed to be a lawyer or a doctor or something more professional. Ugh. Yes, because making money is way more important than doing what you want to do with your life. Totally. God. You'll be the one who lives in Bridgeville future career, not your mother. You'll deserve to do something that makes you happy, Philip. Think on it. Try something new. Kareini Academy Summer Program is an opportunity to dip your toes into something different after all. There was an awkward pause in the eyes where Mr. Rakaushnikov coughed loudly. Anyway, I believe our session is almost finished. Onward to the next order of business. I believe our guest has arrived. Why don't you come in, Alex? I jumped and practically stumbled at the door. Alex, what are you doing here? Oh, I don't know that I was supposed to be here. I wasn't eavesdropping or anything. Your eavesdropping is forgiven. Anyway, I called you both here to discuss a certain incident yesterday that you both witnessed. Would you two care to describe what happened between the quarrel of Mr. Docus Dolores and the student Sissel? Oh, so that's what was going on. How are you that fucking dumb? The note literally told you that there was a student-teacher incident. God, fucking Christ. Use your brain, mister. That's what was going on. Sound like Mr. Dolores would finally face some consequences, I swear. Why is being a retard a trait that every FAN narrator seems to possess? Fucking retarded. Good riddance, too. That guy was an awful teacher. Philip at the incident yesterday, too. Sure seemed like it. Would he be here if he wasn't? Use your brain. I told Mr. Rakaushnikov everything that happened yesterday for Mr. Dolores yelling at me and how Sissel stepped in to defend me and got manhandled as a result. Couldn't help but Gorilla described how red Dolores got when his hair flew away in the wind. I mean, Phil tried to muffle a laugh. I'm glad Alex was there to step in and stop him. Really saved Sissel from Dolores. My face grew a little red. I was there too, but I was in the back of the crowd and too tired to do anything. It's a good thing you were there instead. I didn't really do much either. I'm glad the school's actually doing some Mr. Dolores, though. We're a ton of other students who witnessed the whole thing, so there's no doubt he crossed the line. No, Dolores gets what's coming to you, even if there were no students watching. He physically grabbed a student and picked him up by fucking Christ. I'm sorry, if you do that to anyone, regardless of who you are or who they are, fuck you. Rest assured, Alex, the staff will make sure Mr. Dorcas Dolores faces the proper... Shot the vice principal with a doubtful look. Will he? I have my doubts. In fact, I think this whole meeting is a rather large waste of time. Mr. Kalashnikov coughed awkwardly and tried to regain his composure. What do you mean by that, Philip? Am I wrong? Dolores has never faced consequences for his previous behavior above a light slap on the wrist. Done some digging, you see. Turned out his brother's the head of the school board. He has quite a bit of leverage in all these discussions. Interesting. Fascinating indeed, my good people. I assure you, Philip, those rumors floating around aren't necessarily true. Really? Like how Dolores messed with the student contacts and made sure Sister received mail from the academy? That's why Sister didn't show up for orientation her first day. And what about the time before that? Dolores pulled some string to make sure Sister didn't receive any scholarships or financial aid. Wasn't for Sister's anonymous donor, he wouldn't even be in school right now. After all this, did Dolores receive a single punishment? No. Let's just face it, that rat's not going to face consequences until he's caught red-handed in something truly bad. The silence hung in the room as Philip exhaled sharply. Mr. Rakaushnikov seemed at a loss for words. I didn't blame him. I didn't think I've ever seen Philip so cross. He was usually so lighthearted. Tell me, Philip, how do you know all of this? Oh, I guess I'm a bit nosy. And has some very noisy friends. He's just a good guy trying to get his life back together. He doesn't deserve all this crap. Mr. Rakaushnikov glanced at his water, returning to Philip with a defeated sigh. Well, I believe we've discussed all we could here. I've kept you too long enough. Why don't you go get some breakfast before dining hall closes? Changing the subject, huh? Despite my growling stomach, I felt a bit reluctant to leave. I wasn't as hesitant. He was already halfway to the door. Philip? What? I assure you that the staff and I will do our utmost to make sure justice is served. I hope so. Mr. Okaz stared grimly at Philip's retreating back until he disappeared from sight. For a while, he turned to me, his worried gaze made me a bit anxious. Alex? Yes, sir? Look out for your friend for me, will you? Philip's the responsible young man, but he's also known to cross the line for certain things. Just afraid he'll do something rash. Make sure to be there for him if he does. I'll do my best, sir. I mean, I don't fucking blame him. I really don't. I don't blame him at all. I mean, Christ. Oh no, this person is poor. That must mean they're fucking terrible. Shut the fuck up, bitch. God. We really needed the resident bigot, didn't we? We really needed the resident bigot here. Of course we fucking did. Whatever. At least it gives him some character. I mean, otherwise he'd just be the angry teacher. By the time we arrived at the dining hall, it was already packed with students massacring each other for tater tots. Ew. Those are not that good. Why are you massacring each other for that? Thankfully, there was still some food left. Philip and I grabbed all the eggs and toast we could carry and managed to stack an empty table. The moment we sat down, I smacked my face into the table with an exhausted sigh. It's only morning, but things are already heavy and tiring. Day. Another comforting pat on my back among my thanks. Suddenly something freezing pressed up against the back of my neck. It's cold as fuck. I'm not in the mood. I don't have enough energy to fucking yell like that. Wow, what a wimp. You alright there, Alex? He passed me a glass of iced tea. I glared at it tiredly. Good morning to you too, I guess. Cecil, when did you get here? Phil dragged me over while you were busy making out with the table. Speaking of which, Philip, there are better ways of waking me besides pressing iced tea to my neck. You look like you need to cool off a bit. Phil and I collectively groaned. It's still early for this shit. You're all a bunch of killjoys. I took a sip of my tea. It should be illegal to be this cheerful in the morning. Okay, spit something out, apparently. Spat my tea all over the table and formed a rainbow in the morning sun. This tea is even more bitter than my soul. Why the hell is it unsweetened? Well, nonchalantly took a bite of his toast as he opened a newspaper. Sugar is bad for you. How did I know? How did I know? Oh, that's right, I played this before. Philip is like amazing. You know, Philip, the more I get to know you, the more you start sounding like an old man. Oh, so I found myself. Got it. I found myself in this game. Newspaper this day and age. I didn't judge you for streaking in the dorms a few days ago. It wasn't. Is that how it works nowadays? Wow, says you better watch out. I'll keep an eye out for him. How could you two be so mean to me? Thought we were friends. Mutual bullying is a path to friendship. No, it's not. Philip continued scanning the newspaper with indifference while munching on toast. Little guy seemed pretty relaxed now it's out of the office. You would have thought he'd switch moods so quickly. I don't know, dudes. I don't like the new art for these guys. They don't look... I mean, it's cool that he's improved his artistic skill and shit, but, I don't know. It's just nostalgia, I guess. I'm glad he settled down, though. It was weird seeing Philip so quietly furious. This was buttering a bagel with something when something caught his eye. Buttering a bagel? Ugh! What about cream cheese, you fucking dolt? And you're supposedly a cooking auteur, are you? Fucking Christ. Where's Gordon Ramsay when you need him? Philip, what's on the front page? Philip's on the front page. I glanced over curiously. The front page showed a large photo of a creepy guy in a hood. It says the Black Cat strikes again. Apparently vandalized a corrupt businessman's home again. This time. Okay, I mean, Black Cat. You don't know the Black Cat. Never heard of him. Is he famous? No, Roy, you're not from this side of town, are you, Alex? Black Cat's sort of like a local hero around here. Hero? The guy's a criminal, Cecil. Who cares? He'll always be a hero in my book. Anyway, Alex, the Black Cat is this guy who pops out of the blue every now and then around here. Bit of a vigilante graffiti artist, an aggressive one. Sprays and vandalizes the homes and business of corrupt assholes around the neighborhood and exposes them for the shit they do. Paper say he's got a special interest in Lorelei family's shady dealings, but he'll target anyone who deserves it, really. His work brings a lot of media attention that usually ends up outing these people's crimes. Sure, what he's doing is a bit illegal, but at least he's made some pretty big changes around here. Kinda sounds like an asshole himself to think about it. Self-loathing, are we? Self-hatred. Tasty, tasty self-hatred, right, Philip? Ah, yes. Holy shit. Oh, my heart fucking just jumped in my chest. Ezra? Ezra's online! Holy fuck. Oh my god, fucking holy shit. Okay, he this happened in 26 minutes into a video I'm making. Holy shit. Fucking hell, my heart fucking jumped. Oh my god, it fucking, so many good feelings. Oh boy. Oh, it's okay. Well, yeah, he does, but the Black Cat's did a lot of great things for me. Like what? Well, this orphanage used to live at. It was full of jackasses that starved the kids and never really paid attention to them. The art was far from nurturing. Ran away the first chance I could, but I always felt bad for leaving the younger ones back there. Then a few years ago, the Black Cat just appeared out of the blue. Ransacked and tagged the orphanage from top to bottom. Place was front page news for days as folks investigated every inch they could reach. Now, I think I remember this on the news a few years ago. The news, right. The news. Uh-huh. Okay, Bruce Wayne, sure. There was a full-on public investigation of the place and it got shut down or reform, right? Yeah, a bunch of the twats working there got arrested for child abuse and the city rebuilt the orphanage from the ground up. Sure, before this happened, but all the kids I knew from this orphanage just living a happy life thanks to the Black Cat. They even had to start elementary school a few years ago. Never even got that chance. There's a pause as Sissel quietly caught his breath. I need to just be quiet, and I need to seriously give a fucking talk here. Because child abuse, in my opinion, is one of the greatest fucking crimes anyone can commit. Sure, there's worse ones, but there is nothing more morally depraved to me than fucking with a child's innocence. Fuck you, cocksuckers! Sorry. I just really hate these idiots that do that shit. He blinked as if suddenly realized where he was and flushed red. Sorry, I rambled on a bit, didn't I? Sorry if I ruined the mood. Anyway, the Black Cat's a cool dude. You gotta at least admit he's done some good things. Anyone who can outrun the cops on a skateboard sounds pretty cool to me. So he's like Batman with a spray paint? Sounds badass. Sort of. I guess you could say he's Catman. It's just that I groaned. You're in the mood, man. Catman doesn't really, roll off the tongue in the same way. Excuse me? What do you have against cats? Hey, I never said. Looks like it's time for glass. Can we save the cats versus bats argument for later? Well, powdered into his toast was so hardly agreed. As the three of us entered the class, Philip was back to his old grinning self. Sure hope it stayed that way. Oh, great, the photos. I remember there's like... Oh, never mind, this isn't what I was... Oh. Oh, I know what this... Death in Venice? You fucking just now finished Death in Venice, Matthew. You just now finished... And you call yourself a fucking... Okay. I swear, guys, you're just hearing me yell at my fucking Discord friends now. That's fun. I was dreading our creative writing class. The thought of seeing the Shadowlords already gave me a headache. Looks like I wasn't here yet. Thank God. Oh, I know what this is going to be. I know what this is going to be. This is going to be when Philip finally confronts Owen about, you know, being a fucking creep. As Philip, Sis, and I plopped into our seats in the very back of the lecture hall, Mr. Rakaushnikov entered the classroom and approached us. Good morning, gentlemen. I hope you are well. Gentlemen? I'm pretty sure there's more than male students here, buddy. Oh, hey, Vice Principal. Have you fired Dolores yet? Wait, we're the only ones in the fucking we're the only ones in the what? Okay, that doesn't make sense. Whatever. I'm afraid I'm here for an entirely different reason. Sounds about right. Please don't join me in the office right now. There are matters that require your presence. I know what's going on here, and I don't appreciate it one bit. Sure, I guess. What's it about? It's quite private. I will explain everything that happened in the office. Sizzle shrugged and followed Mr. Rakaushnikov out of the lecture hall with mild confusion. I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, buddy, I have a bad knowledge about this, and I don't like it. Well, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but that didn't look too good. Maybe they're trying to get Sizzle's side of the story too, like how they did with us this morning. Go away. Why do you do this to me, game? Why do you do this to me, computer? Alex, I admire your optimism. Maybe you just have too little. Philip shrugged. School hasn't given me any reason to bet. I hate you. I really don't like you in the early parts of this game. Hey, kiddies, how's it going? Owen leisurely plopped down in the seat next to Philip. He winked and laughed. Kill him. Philip looked nonplussed. Am I interrupting something? Well... Besides people's personal space, not at all. Welcome to class, Owen. Talking on, look, I just miss you. Always so up so early and come back to the dorm so late. No front. Shut the fuck up. He has told you before to stop this shit, for fuck's sake, and you keep doing it. You keep doing it. So maybe, just maybe you should stop, okay? Maybe you should stop. Sorry, you made it rather difficult. Hey, listen, I'll get back to... I'm not reading these lines. Haley and Philip's chair into their cheeks were... Stop it! Finally. We knew I want to back down a little. Can I have my chair back? Alright. Sure. Why is everyone so grumpy all of a sudden? Why is everyone so grumpy, you piece of shit? I don't know. Fuck off! Where's the teacher? Isn't class supposed to start right now? I want to kill you. I actually want to stab you. That's your hint to piss off, Owen. Or is that not straightforward enough? Trying to be nice, putting your fucking hand on someone's thigh, right, of course. Nice? Nice? Do you have any idea how much of pain you've been in the last 2 days? You have zero sense of boundaries. A damn preschooler knows how to obey better than you. I didn't think. You never do. It's a bit irritating, really. I've told you again and again. Oh, hey, Owen, back off a little, please. But no, let's just keep creeping up on me. I'm sure I'll like you more then. Am I just a new toy for you to play around with? Have you bothered wondering how you make other people feel? No, you just take what you want without a care in the world. You Loreleis are all the same. Give me a fucking break. Okay. I need some air. Philip shakily stood up and stumbled out of the room as though in a daze. The room was silent, eyes were on Owen, who looked stunned in disbelief. Shot myself, but now it's not the time to worry about that. Fuck you. Go after Philip. Been running your own for a bit? Yeah, go ahead. I'll be fine. Fuck you. There was Philip. I ran several circuits around campus already, but there's no sign of him. No usual spot on the roof either. Where else could he be? Echo? God, Alex? Yeah, heck, you seem to know a little more about everything going on. Carry your ghostly matter let me find Philip. Oh, for the last time, I'm not a... I wish I knew where Philip is. Now you're getting it. He's not on the campus anymore. There's a place in the forest with Bradley Lake, a place Philip goes whenever he wishes to be alone. Can you find it? At that rickety old cottage. No, that doesn't sound right. That place is a bit too creepy to be comforting. God damn it, Echo. Why do you have to be so cryptic? That's funny. That's funny. That's actually really funny. Because, Echo, when I first started playing it, wasn't even finished yet. So, like, you had so many questions, and yeah, very cryptic story at times. So, here's Bradley Lake. Should be a place here where he wishes to be alone. Maybe there's... Yes, there was a fork in the road. It is... Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck. I'm sorry. My boyfriend's telling me things that I don't want to go into, but they're making me not feel good feelings. Well, I took a ride. I ended up at the creepy cottage. Maybe I take a left? Oh, I don't remember if this is what was here before, but it's cool, I guess. I wish you want a place like this. The head laid Philip sit in the ground next to the well. A stormy frown was plastered across his face as he tugged at his hair in frustration. Philip, are you okay? Alex? Oh, so you followed me. How's Owen doing? He's fine, probably. He did look pretty shaken when I left, though. There's definitely enough to mark. Looks sighed, leaned his head against the cold stone, the wishing well. I'm not that angry, to be honest. It's just. Phil glared daggers into the ground. I curled next to him on the forest floor. For a moment, he heaved a long, tired sigh. Sorry about that. The whole yelling thing. I've just been so frustrated. Everything in school and out just sort of snapped all of it onto Owen. Granted, he did deserve it, but he's just really damn irritating sometimes. Comparing him to his family was a low blow. Didn't deserve that, I suppose. His fro within him concerns across his arms. I mean, you weren't exactly wrong for yelling at him. You guys been a bit much over the past few days. Definitely not everyone's cup of tea. Philip smirked. Is your cup of tea? No one can be sweet at times. Laughed to escape his throat. Sugar is bad for you. Oh my god, why does it have to be so cute? Hey, some of us like a bit of sweetness in our lives. You don't think of me as a bitter person, do you? Not entirely, but you definitely don't come across as a sweet teddy bear. Maybe a soft sea urchin, high in salt and stab. You need to work on your metaphors. What am I, a poet? I mean, I'm not a poet, but I know someone who is, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he'd use. I don't know what he would use in a poem of his, but he's working on one right now. I got another chuckle out of Philip. Glanced off in the distance with a wry smile on his face. Do you think I come across too harsh with Owen back there? I mean, I was pissed, but don't really hate him. Checked me from Berg up in a shrug. Not really? Think you need to deliver a message, and you delivered it loud and clear. He's a very huggy guy, and you're not very physically affectionate. I grumbled around his temples. Usually not that adverse to physical affection. Can I give you a hug then? Now. Okay, I see what you mean. I just don't tell anyone about this, but I've had a previous encounter with a Lorelei. Relative of oh shit. Oh shit, is that what happened? I swear if that's what happened. And that's why he became it it wasn't pretty. Philip gripped the edge of his shirt so tightly that his knuckles grew pale. When I found out that I was rooming with Owen, I thought the worst. Do not budge, do not show this man a single moment of vulnerability. It's a bit unfair in hindsight. Thankfully, Owen is not that man, and he isn't his family. Philip's eyes narrowed. He looks so much like him. Every time I see him, I have to fight the urge to run as far as my legs can take me. Every time he gets too close, I sighed and okay, yeah, I'm starting to get nauseous at the implication here. Okay, yeah, I need to fucking, ugh. I don't feel good. I don't feel comfy. Oops, sorry, I ran a tired hand through his hair. I have to fight this wave of nausea and bile gnawing its way up my throat. Stiffened, his face growing pale from something recalling the memory. I don't feel I don't feel good. I felt quiet for several long moments, pondering my words carefully. Do you want to cut Owen out of your life? School staff can probably have arranged. You have the right to feel safe. No, Owen's not as bad as I'm making him out to be. Granted, he should learn a thing or two of a personal space, but he's a decent guy. I mean, I might have been a bit harsh, but I'm open to being friends if he doesn't actually keep his hands to himself. It's a fair ask. I'm pretty sure he got the message loud and clear. Just lay out some solid boundaries and hopefully respect them from now on. Who knows, you two might actually get along. Unlikely, but I'll give it a fair shot. Thanks for coming all this way to cheer me up, Alex. I might have kept on skulking in my own head for hours otherwise. Always happy to help out. By the way, why'd you come to this spot? Wishing Well looks pretty old. Oh, this old thing, I guess you could say it's my happy place. I don't know why, but every time I visit this little wishing well, I feel happier than I did before. It's almost like there's always someone here secretly cheering me up. Weird. Oh, speaking of places to be, we're basically skipping class right now, aren't we? Oh, grimaced. You better start heading back. There's a little shortcut down the road over there. You should head back first. I want to stay here just a little longer. Oh, if you say so. If you see Owen, tell him I want to talk, okay? Will do. I'll see you back in class, Philip. Oh, wait, before you leave. Fuck. I've, uh, I've said before that, this VN used to be bad. It used to be really bad at times, and this is definitely a really, really fucking great improvement that he did here because this conversation wasn't a thing. In fact, they didn't. He he changed it so the thing so that what Owen was doing is presented as way more serious than it was before, because you can clearly see that Philip is struggling with PTSD. I mean, it's the last time you could choose to side with Owen or Philip on whether or not this was a right or wrong thing to do, and that's a fucked up thing to make someone choose because that's no, it's not okay. It's not a good thing to do. Regardless of whether or not someone has trauma like Philip does. It doesn't fucking make it okay to do that shit. So I'm glad he changed this. This is a great improvement. And that's all I really have to say about it. Yeah. Just fucking wow. He really did a good job here. Philip dug around his pocket before pulling out a faded jade coin. I want you to have this, Alex. Thank you. It's not much, but I hope you like it. Wow, it's pretty. I can't take something valuable like this. Nah, this is like a cheap trinket you can find anywhere. And my fascination's gone. But they say it's good luck, so keep it, okay? Stuff in my pocket where I left a comfortable weight against my leg. Thanks, Philip. I feel full of luck now. Time to buy a lottery ticket. Or get back to class before Mr. Dolores rips you a new anus. That too. Alright, I better head back now. See you soon, Philip. See you around. Wait. So, because they did that, are we no longer going to, like, take a picture of the thing and then get transported, like, into some sort of flashback? Is that not a thing that's happening? Because that's how you found out last time that's how you found out that Philip had, like, genuine drama. That's how you found out. So, I like it a lot better this way, honestly, because that just seems like an invasion of privacy to me. Even if he didn't really want it to happen, because he didn't know it was going to happen. But, like, having Philip say that and confide in the main character is way better than what that was. And I don't know, it's just a lot more, adds a lot more character to Philip, and I like that a lot. So yeah, as I turned to leave a little clearing, the warm summer wind brushed up against me. Glanced back towards the wishing well and felt my chest lurch a little. What was this feeling? I made my way towards the English building where the creative writing class stood, my mind cluttered with quiet thoughts. Problems just kept popping up today, didn't they? Wonder how Sissel was doing. He's been in Mr. Rakaushnikov's office this whole time. Hopefully he hadn't run into any bad luck and drama like I had. Alex, we got a problem. Whoa, give me a warm for it pop up like that. That corrupted wish from earlier, it's gone. A silence rang in my ears as I looked about the courtyard. There wasn't a single trace of the strange figure from this morning. Where could it have gone? Didn't you say it was too weak to move on its own? This is bad. Well, it's not like a thing with no armor doing much damage, right? Are you kidding? It's a wish, Alex. That thing can twist circumstances and bring disaster and misfortune just like me. Hell, it's probably bringing misfortune with its presence alone. I doubt it's a coincidence that problems started popping up for you and your friends around the same time it showed up. The corrupted wish has been causing all of our problems. More like the problems are already there and he's making them much worse. Causing Philip to feel more stressed, forcing Dolores to act more aggressive, and encouraging the school faculty's apathy. Is there anything we can do to get rid of it? We can't just leave the thing walking around cursing people. There's not much we can do. Alex, you better go find Sissel Mr. Rakashnikov's office. We should at least make sure there are no other problems are popping up. Got it. Without a second thought, I raced off towards the faculty office building. Please be alright. Snuck quietly to the walls of the office building and inched my way towards Rokov's room. As I turned the corner, I was shocked to find... Alex? Philip, what are you doing here? Shh! They might hear you. Look on my shoulder and pull me down low. Looks like I was the only one who was worried. Now that you're here, we might as well be eavesdroppers together. Sounds like a plan. Together we crawled toward Mr. Rakashnikov's door. The door was slightly cracked open, revealing voices inside. Oh, but I pressed your ears against the doors, straining our ears. That's redundant. Sounded like several people were arguing loudly in there. Wait, that voice sounds familiar. Dolores. I figured it was weird how he didn't show up in class earlier. God, you know what I wish? I wish there was a VN that was a detective story that you yourself had to piece together instead of the characters, because that's so, like, I love that type of shit. Voices inside the office began rising in volume as their conversation got more aggressive. There's no question about it, this brat stole it. The familiar voice cut in angrily. The hell are you even talking about? I literally have nothing to do with this. You dragged me here all the way here to accuse me of random shit out of the blue? Language, Mr. Sissel. However, I will have to agree with you. Mr. Dolores, you really have no evidence that Mr. Sissel stole the Academy funds besides your own words. There was a sharp psh, as if Dolores just spat in Mrs. Corley's face. Sissel snarled, almost lunged at him, and was stopped by Mrs. Corley's placing a hand on his shoulder. Outside the room, I blinked in confusion as the weight of the situation set in. Someone stole money from the school, and from the sound of it, a pretty large sum, too. Sounds bad. Dolores managed to pin this all on Sissel. There'd probably be severe legal action against him. Dolores was shouting again, his grating voice dragging me out of my daze. Who the hell needs evidence with a scumbag like him? Let's just get to it and lock him up. This rag is barely scraping by as it is. Some security reports seen him sneak out last night. Given his criminal background, is there really anyone else who would have nerve to steal from the school's funding? Mr. Rakaushnikov coughed hesitantly in the background. Really, Dolores, that is just pure speculation. Sissel has clearly turned a new leaf before I admit him to the Grinny Academy, and I have full confidence. And now you're short $10,000 in funds. Great choice, Rakaushnikov. I told you that you should have rejected this sack of shit before. Oh boy. Philip's about to summon his stand. Philip? Philip probably walked in with me awkwardly behind him. May I help you, Philip and Alex? Schroeder stared at us from the back of the office. Eavesdropping on faculty meetings, are you? Brat, if I were the principal of this wretched academy, I would have you expelled. I apologize for eavesdropping. Really, I'm quite sorry. But really, you can hardly call it eavesdropping when half the campus can hear you shouting. Shall we expel all of them as well, Mr. Dolores? Well, That aside, Philip is very rude and inappropriate to interrupt. I'm sure it's for a good reason. Maybe an idea you stole funds, Mr. Rakaushnikov. Another silent secretary stared dumbfounded. What? Mr. Philip, is this true? He's just bluffing. Any sort of really more helpful than wild accusations, at least. I'd like to hear what Philip has to say. Mrs. Corley's given an affirming nod. Couldn't help but stare nervously towards Philip. Did he really know something about this? This was an actual crime. We couldn't half-ass our way with lies and bluffs. Philip sent me a reassuring smile before taking a deep breath. This morning, as I was coming to your office to meet with Mr. Rakaushnikov, I passed Mr. Dolores' house at the edge of campus and noticed something strange. Strange? In what way? I trained Mr. Dolores, who suddenly looked rather nervous. There were huge red words spray-painted all across his walls. Words like thief, hypocrite, and swindler. You got marked by the Black Cat. There was just a lie with a criminal. I'm being framed. Really, are we actually going to listen to the Black Cat of all people? He's wanted by the police for Pete's sake. He could be the one who stole it for all we know. At the same time, the Black Cat's marks do have the history of being quite accurate. What are you saying? Well, I think it'd be worth a shot to call campus security and have them check out your home. But being the honorable type of teacher you are, Mr. Dolores, you should have nothing to hide. Security just did you a quick search to ensure you don't have the money sitting in your house. Be quick and painless. I don't see why you would refuse them unless you really are the... All right, fine, I'll do it. This is just a big waste of time. Make sure they don't mess up anything. Oh, God. He glanced over at Mr. Rakeshnikov expectantly. Vice Principal blinked in stunned silence before reaching for the phone with a sigh. This is a hell of a... I know what happens. I know what happens, and it's really... Oh, hour-long video, cool! Fun! Guys, you're going... Gosh... До свидания, I guess. Jesus. Oh, good grief. До свидания, please. Could you please search his home or something? Jesus Christ. For fuck's sake, mate. You really are an absolute loser. Yes, you very much are. You're a loser. Nothing but a loser. And a half. I swear. Very well, I will call campus security and let them search Dolores' home. The day certainly has taken a turn towards the unexpected. They're gonna find the money, and then he's gonna go crazy, and all this such gonna happen. We all waited silently in the office, tension hanging high. Cecil, Philip, and I sat in the corner, occasionally exchanging nervous glances. But Philip's claimed really threw suspicion off of Cecil. He could still get a lot of trouble for this. I find it surprising that you haven't already, deduced that Philip is the Black Cat based on, the picture you saw. And the fact that out of everyone, not Dolores, not anyone, considering Dolores' personality and the way he behaves, he'd be the first fucking one to report the fucking things on his house. I'm sorry, nah. So, it's kind of sus that you haven't, figured that out yet. Then again, we already established that our main character is a dumb bum. This was quite the mess we found ourselves in. Ah, yes, cool. Everyone jumped as Mr. Rakeshnikov hesitantly picked up the phone. Hello, yes. Really? All right. Mr. Rakeshnikov hung up the phone and looked over Mr. Dolores grimly. Well, for you on your house is a mess of spray-painted words at the moment. More importantly, they found all the school's cash funds stashed in their sofa, Dolores. You have to say for yourself. What? I never stole the money, I swear. I'm being framed, I tell you. Oh boy, it's fun. There was a knock at the Dolores Camp security stormings around Dolores. His face was red with fury and indignation. This is madness. You can't do this to me! Vexen, if you have any explanations, I'd love to hear them. In the meantime, Philip and Alex, thank you for your help. Please leave the office and allow us to deal with this. What about me? Stay here, Cecil. There, you're playing TF2, are you? Snack boy. Stay here, Cecil, we may still need you. Philip and I made our way to the door, glancing back at Cecil nervously. Sorry, Steam notifications pop up, and I can't help it. Would things really be alright like this? Ah, man, I have a lot of fun voicing Dolores. It's over-the-top, dramatic nonsense, and I love it. We didn't say a word until we got outside. Finally let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding. That was interesting. A lot happened in that short time. Hey, at least they caught the thief, right? Now we don't have to worry about Cecil being thrown in jail for something he didn't do. And Dolores getting fired for this, no doubt. He'll finally be out of hair for good. Oh, are you sure? I mean, yes, but... Most importantly, you won't be able to hurt Cecil anymore. All's well that ends well, I guess. Bad things got settled quickly, but something about this whole thing seems a little off to me. I'm just overthinking it. It's pretty simple. Dolores stole the money and tried to pin it on Cecil so that he could get away with it. But instead he got caught red-handed. Mystery solved. I suppose just karma at work. Beautiful karma, huh? Oh. Okay, here comes the discussion. Owen approached us, his face grim. Little Phil fidgeted nervously but tried to keep a smiling face. Hey, Owen, about earlier. Let's set that aside for now. There are more important things to talk about. I read everything at the office. Philip, how could you? What do you mean? Philip sighed and scratched his head apprehensively. Last night you said you'd be stood on the roof. But you didn't, did you? You snuck out and didn't come back until dawn. Something clicked in my eyes to stare for a moment to Philip. Philip, did you? I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, I'll put it plainly. You stole the funds and framed Dolores, didn't you? Really? Just because I snuck out doesn't mean I did it. Snuck out too, I don't see you questioning him. Is this your way of getting even with me? Jeez, do I look that petty? Philip did show up at the meeting at a pretty convenient time. Even you, Alex. Fine, I admit it. I was the one who stole the money and pinned it on Dolores. Can you honestly say he doesn't deserve it? Deserve it? You're losing him his job. He was abusing his job. That prick attacked and sabotaged students. He practically choked Sissel. You honestly believe this guy deserves his job? Doing everyone a favor here. What you're doing makes you no different than Dolores. Philip, do you realize you're breaking the law and ruining someone's life? What is the point of the law if it can't even protect the people who need it most? Last thing I want to hear is some stuck-up preach of a rich and spoiled brat. He blinked and his eyes trembled for a moment. Took a step back, as looking to his hiss heavily in rage. What should I do here? Oh, so this is still here. I was wrong. I was wrong. I forgot what it was about. This is actually, yeah. Well, let's just say that they both have good points. I admit, but I'm sorry, I'm siding with Philip here. If he sounds like Sylvia came under it until he gingerly broke with the stutter. I'd hate to say it, Owen, but Philip's got a point. I mean, look at the way Mr. Loris has treated Sissel. Kind of a relief not have to worry about him hurting people. Sure, what Philip did was a wee bit unethical. Nothing would have been fixed unless he did something about it. Saying Philip's just like Dolores is a bit hyperbolic, don't you think? Simon has a towel through his hair. Didn't look angry, only frustrated. Does this really sit well with you? Perfectly fine with me. This is my first time waiting for those in charge to help those who needed it. Most of the time they end up disappointing. I've done enough waiting. Why do you care so much about a rat like Dolores anyway? About Dolores personally, not much. But I don't like where you're going with this, Philip. Surprised. Never expected a little law bending to bother Lorelei so much. Word Lorelei rolled off Philip's tongue like venom. It's exactly why it bothers me so much. I grew up in a household where little law bendings were commonplace. Everyone's gone now. Those things have a habit of catching up to you and your loved ones. This isn't the way to go, Philip. Simon shook his head tiredly. None of this will change your mind, will it? Doubtful. I see. He scratched his head thoughtfully and began walking away with Philip staring after him curiously. Where do you think you're going? Well, I guess I'm in for a compromise I won't royally fuck us all over. So I'm gonna tell Rakashnikov that I stole the money. What? You can't! What are you playing at? Out of everyone here, I'd probably get into the least trouble. I own Lorelei, after all. My father practically owns the school and half the city. Not to mention how my family's a huge benefactor with the local police. I'm just call my pops and ask for a few favors. Want to get angry, though? I'll be surprised if he replies, but hey, first time for everything. Got a fan reputation to uphold, after all. Can't let an outcast like me ruin our good name. Just crawl from Philip's throat. You're taking the blow for something you didn't do. And Mr. Dolores is getting arrested for a crime he didn't commit. Don't really want to see you arrested either. So all in all, this is the best possible outcome. Sherman nodded and turned, made his way toward the office building. Never really occurred to me I was the son of a practically aristocratic family until now. Won't groan beside me and tug at his hair in frustration. Well, this has turned into a fine mess. Didn't expect him to care so much. Alex, I'm going to fix this. Would you do me a favor and just trek on for a bit? Don't let him into the office building. Do my best. Philip, stay safe, okay? Not likely. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, man. With that, he turned and sprinted out of sight, leaving me alone in the courtyard. How did things come to this? Owen, wait up. Yo, Alex. You're not coming to stall me, are you? Essentially, yes. Can't just let a friend throw himself in the fryer like this. Just doing what I think is right. Did Philip send you here to buy time? Yelled by Lepto and chopped his arms in a bear hug. Ah, yes, because you're totally able to stop fucking someone who is that. Totally. Yup, I'm not supposed to let you into the office. No one laughed and tried to pat me on the head. Nice try, Alex. I appreciate the concern, but I gotta do this so nobody gets hurt. But you will get hurt. That's a small price to pay, really. I could tell him off. Owen began marching towards the office. Title is I was like, I'm gonna be getting dragged along too. Owen crashed suddenly rang out from inside the office building. What was that? Oh no, he didn't. When I rushed inside, there was shouting and screaming from the end of the building. What was going on? Sorry about that. Ooh, spoopy. I like that. I like the disguise. It's really cool looking. Philip. Suddenly, more furious shouting footsteps came barreling our way. It was him! I saw my own 2 eyes, the black cat! Oh boy, here we go. I'm gonna kill that little fucker! Dolores, calm yourself. What's going on here? So the black-hooded figure shot past us in the hallway, his skateboard whirling as he sped out the door. A small crowd of security officers chased after him in close pursuit. Behind us, Mr. Dolores came huffing and puffing with absolute fury. I got that criminal trying to steal the money they recovered from my house! It was him, the black cat! Told you fools I was being framed. Absolute garbage, the lot of you! Oh boy, it's fun. It's fun doing that voice, doing that character, man. So fucking over the top. Black cat. Started staring in frustration and growling under his breath. He didn't need to go that far. I could have fixed this. Now we're gonna get horde of police chasing him. Philip. He just didn't want you to take the blame for him. He's getting away! Dolores, is that a gun? Oh, calm your tits, woman. This is a tranquilizer. There's no way in hell I'm going to let that little shit get away from making a fool of me. Wait, stop! That Mr. Dolores storming out of the building. Oh boy, he's about to kill somebody. Because it's not just regular tranquilizer in that gun, it's something like elephant tranquilizer, if I remember correctly. That's gonna kill someone. With that, Mr. Dolores stormed out of the building, chasing after. Yeah, I read that, whatever. That's a rather heavy-grade tranquilizer. Philip gets hit with one of those, you might not wake up. Echo, chase after them, make sure not a single bullet hits its mark. Can do, boss. Keep in mind, though, I am rather weak-wish. I can only keep it up for so long. I glanced out the window. They're heading for the lake. Better hurry up if you want to catch up to them. He's literally a stand. He's literally a sentient stand, I swear. As Echo disappeared, I heaved an exhausted sigh. Why couldn't things ever be easy? Take a deep breath before making a mad dash towards the lake. The fuck do you mean, why are things never easy? You've only known these people a few days. Felt like I've been running forever. Oh boy, really? That's a bit dramatic. That's a bit dramatic indeed, considering it was only a 20-minute walk. Where did they run off to? Rapid gunshots echoed in the distance. The left. I'm pretty sure a tranquilizer gun doesn't make fucking gunshot sounds, but okay. What do I know? It's a creepy old cottage from before. For some reason, just being here sends a frigid chill down my spine. Didn't even that ashy girl dislike this place? Abruptly, the nearby bushes rustled as someone stepped out from the bramble. Oh shit. Tss, wrong turn. Help! Crash rang as Dolores came barreling out of the woods. Finally caught you, little shit! Hey, leave him alone! I knew it. Dolores was cornering the black cat against the cottage wall. Next to him, Echo lay in the ground in an exhausted heap. Alex, took you long enough. Made sure all the bullets missed, but... Shuddered and panted heavily as if he was having trouble breathing. He looked so faint at the edges like an overexposed photograph. Another missed shot. Gritted my teeth and roared at Dolores. What is wrong with you? Have you gone insane? You're shooting at a fenceless... Shut your trap! Arrogant brats like you need a beating to learn anything around here! This guy, why is he being so unreasonably aggressive? What if... I don't know, I'm gonna grab my camera and peer at Dolores through the lens. Still the same, still the same artwork, oh well. Swear I saw something. No way. This was the corrupt wish from earlier. No, that was just a faint shadow of it. Its maniacal grin was almost painful to look at. Is this what Echo meant when he said that the remnant could affect the people around it? Must be the reason why Dolores has been acting so irrational today. Snap back into reality, up there goes gravity as Dolores took another shot at the black cat. For someone who looks so fragile, Philip was incredibly nimble on a skateboard. Black cat, Eric... Oh my gosh, okay. I didn't need a drink, Jesus fucking Christ. Black cat acrobatically darted around every which way, making aiming impossible. Oh, stay still, you little... Suddenly, Dolores' face splits into a delirious grin. Click, he swings over and points his gun at me. Couldn't even finish what was happening before another gunshot rang out. Philip collapsed into my arms, his breathing slowing rapidly. Limp not moving an inch. Finally got him! What is wrong with you? Laura spat in the ground and chuckled coarsely. He's a criminal kid. This hoodlum deserves what he got. Another clank of metal, he points his gun at my forehead. Now hand him over, you don't want to join him. I was pounding like a hammer against my chest. What could I even do in a situation like this? I was too exhausted to help. I couldn't just leave Philip here. Maybe I could fight back. It's rude to fight on somebody else's grave. Low whispering wail echoed through the woods, a woman's voice. It sounded as though it was reverberating from the earth itself. Sound threaded its way through my chest like a heart-rending song, almost taking my breath away. Dolores didn't seem to notice it, as though he couldn't even hear the sound whispering throughout the entire forest. Sickening grin, his face only widened as he pulled the trigger. Squeezed my eyes shut, but no pain came. Hesitantly, I looked up. Oh no, it's you. It's you. Oh no, I know what you are. I know who you are. Oh no. There was a woman standing in front of me, her hair dark as the lake under the night sky. Wind howled unnaturally around her. This wasn't a normal person. Could she be a wish? Dolores stares through her, his eyes not registering her presence whatsoever. What? How did I miss? The woman turned towards him dispassionately. Abruptly, her eyes shone with an eerie blue glow. Almost at her command, hundreds upon hundreds of crows flocked out of the surrounding trees. What is this? Mobs of crows surrounded Dolores in a thick blanket of black feathers. They pecked and clawed every speck of flesh they could reach. Jesus fucking Christ! Dolores screaming and batting uselessly beneath them. Dolores' savage cries of pain echoed through the forest as he righted the ground. For a long, painful minutes, the crows dispersed, leaving Dolores on the forest floor in a broken heap. Couldn't help but stare in shock. Was this what wishes were capable of? The woman turned towards us slowly, her hair swaying like ash in the wind. She reached out a long, bony hand and brushed Philip's unconscious head softly. My debt is repaid. Who exactly are you? The mess of black hair, I swear I saw a small smile. Suddenly, a wave of drowsiness hit me like a truck, sleep taking over in seconds. The eerie song of the forest echoed through my head before I began slipping away from consciousness. Jesus, okay then. Lord almighty, someone was running their hand through my hair, gently massaging the knots. It felt rather warm and comforting. The corner of my eyes fluttered open. This was the dorm room? There was someone at my bedside. I rubbed my groggy eyes and tried to peer through the evening light. Oh, Alex, you're awake. How are you feeling? Groaned, the drowsy blanket of sleep still thick in my head. Peering aside, I could see Philip laying unconscious on the other bed. What happened? Campus security found you and Phil passed out in the forest. You'd been out cold all afternoon. Oh, and they found Dolores, too. He's pretty badly hurt from a freak bird attack. We have no idea what happened, but he's been arrested for shooting students and whatnot. It's like the school boards can't protect from something like this. Philip would probably be delighted. Now, speaking of, is Philip doing alright? Philip's, gestured towards Philip's bed weakly. Philip's alright in the long run. He woke up a little while ago, actually, but that tranquilizer made him really sick. He kept throwing up and falling back asleep. I think we should count our blessings, though. It's a medical tranquilizer that he's up and running. It's a medical miracle he's up and running at all. That's good to hear. You thank him for taking the hit for me. Wait, is that Philip gonna be alright legally? He is, you know, the most wanted vandal in the city. Owen grinned and thrust his chest out proudly. There's nothing to worry about. Managed to pull a few strings. Was there during the search and grabbed Philip's black cat jacket map before anyone could see him. Officially, the black cat escaped and Dolores went gun-ho crazy after him, resulting in 2 innocent student victims. Notice how you and me know the black cat's true identity. The officers were supposed to come interrogate you two, but Sissel made a scene and drove them all away. Something about give those two a fucking break, they were just fucking shot. Oh no, I said thanks, I could use a break after all that happened. It was quiet for a while, staring between me and Philip, who was still unconscious at their bed. I should have gotten to the office sooner. They took the blame more quickly. Rushed under the bed as Philip shook himself awake. I swear to God, if I took the blame, I would have strangled you. Oh, Philip, you're awake! There was a strangled gurgle as Philip suddenly leapt out of the room and hurled himself towards the bathroom. A sickly vomit sound could be heard down the hall. That sounds bad. It's probably gonna feel like that for the next few days. After a bit, Philip saw back in the room and collapsed onto the bed. It feels like it's splitting in half. Philip, I don't think I thank you for taking the hit for me. It's a given. Not letting a friend take the fall for something I'm responsible for. That includes you, Owen. Don't be a dumbass. Oh, we're still friends? Philip fidgeted a bit more, letting out a long, tired sigh. Listen, about my little outburst this morning. I mean, you really were a little irritating shit for the few 4 days we've known each other. Please respect my boundaries. It's not that difficult, but... Philip rubbed his hands tiredly and avoided his gaze. I admit I might have been a little harsh on you in general. Name Laurel made me assume the words when we first met, and maybe some that just went undeserved. So, sorry for being prickly. I asked over to Owen quietly. If we can work through these little hurdles, I'm open to being friends, if you are. Yeah, I'd love to. Sorry I've been a bit of a dickhead these past few days. Probably wasn't the best first impression I could give. learning groping it wasn't great if you weren't into it. I'm sorry for making you uncomfortable. I'm just gonna jump in and say that even if he was into it, your flirting skills are a bit garbage, man. I agree. Honestly, not an ounce of tact or suave in any of those attempts. You can't just show off your pecs, wiggle your dick, and expect folks to fall for you. Well, nodded sagely. All flash and no substance, this one. Okay, didn't realize this was a dunk on Owen session. Are you not open to constructive criticism? Alright, fine. My attempts were kinda shoddy. Guess I just got really excited. Just been a little lonely, you know. I hope you stick around, though. That's alright with you. Of course. I'd like to give you a hug now, if that's alright. Alright, fine. One hug, make it quick. Stared at the two of them and couldn't help but chuckle to myself. We're both going to be fine. Well, I'll head back to my room before things get too mushy here. Good luck with your roommate bonding. Don't make it weird, man. I left, stumbled out of the room, narrowly dodging the thrown sock. Oh boy. Well, that was all one day, and yeah, that's it. That's it for today's video. That's it for today's video. So yes, we're done. I don't even remember like what happened. What happens next? It's currently 105, as you can see up there, 105. Blah 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 blah. So yeah. Not gonna lie, replaying this is really fun. It's really genuinely making me smile at times. Simply because memories and just I really like these characters. They're really special to me. Really special to me in general, you know, like I mean there's some difficult times, I gotta admit. I just yeah. And we haven't even gotten to the stuff that's really fucking sad yet, so, I hope you guys are ready to cry a lot, because there's gonna be a lot of crying in this series. I can almost 100% predict that. That is a guarantee. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.